Hi everyone, so it's Saturday the 12th of August. It's summer holiday time again and we are off to France again. If you haven't seen my earlier video, it's worth having a look at our trip to south of France last year, but I thought I'd do a shorter video this year just to cover the charging points and see how we get on with the chargers, because over Christmas there was loads of tweets and videos of loads of charging queues. So I'm just going to put a compilation together at the charging stops, seeing if we have any problems with queuing at chargers, see how we go. So we're currently waiting at Dover and we are still undecided as to which charging network we're actually going to use on the way. We've looked at many different options, but we potentially could use the Tesla open charging network in France, as they've opened up a lot more since last year. Ionity, we had a really good membership last year at 25 pence a kilowatt hour, but that's not available anymore and it's not as good rate this time. So we are still undecided. We're probably going to try the Tesla and see how that goes before we pay for the month's membership. And if it doesn't work, then we'll probably revert back to Ionity. So we'll see. We're probably going to be aiming for the Tesla one first. But honestly, we're still a bit undecided. You can tell we're in France because the roads are super smooth and lovely. Oh, no, not a pothole to be seen.
Yeah.
So first charging stop, and there are 2 cars queuing for the 6 Ionity chargers.
So in front of us is British, and I reckon the other one.
Yeah, I think they're all Brits. There's a Tesla leaving. Don't know why the Tesla is charging at the Ionity when there's a bank of Tesla Superchargers over there. We can't use that Tesla Supercharger, it's not an open one. We're charging now. We had about a 12-minute wait and there's now 2 cars waiting behind us. So that was a bit of a problem. Probably going to charge for about 20 minutes and then we're going to get on our way. Well, this is a new experience for us. We're charging on the Tesla Supercharger network on one of their open sites, and there are loads of free spaces. We also were able to charge on the right stall. It's quite a stretch, but we were able to do it and we were able to stay in the lines, which I didn't think was possible with the Kona, but it is. I'll go out and show you now. So it's a proper stretch, but it does reach. But I think if I backed up a little, it would actually be less of a strain on it. But I was really worried about having to use the other stall and hacking off all the Tesla drivers. But we're able to stay in the lane. Yeah, but there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, well, shitloads, loads of space. Well, that was stressful. Nothing to do with the Tesla Superchargers, but all to do with the fact that this is Rennes Supercharger, and it's right next to Rennes main stadium, which means that everyone is parking everywhere possible to watch the match. And we lost
in 25 minutes.
Yeah, we lost we missed the turning, and we're just thinking all these are going to be completely iced, surely, and actually not. Everyone's obviously got the hint. There's 0 icing that I can see of all of these Superchargers. There's loads available, and they're the version 4 Superchargers. Have nice big cables, look, really big cables. So yeah, it made it really easy to plug in this time. When we finish supercharging at Rennes, we are going to our tired. We're going to our first campsite, which is in Carnac. So we've arrived at the Nantes Supercharger, and there's 12 stalls here, and there's 3 available when we've charged it. It's a bit slow. I'm getting 54 kilowatts, but the bays are all full, so that probably is part of it. So no problem charging here. Although it's a Sunday and we are in a supermarket car park and everything's closed, so yeah, France doesn't really do Sunday opening. Nice little solar powered canopy here with a place to charge your phones and things. I was just getting set up for the next leg. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. So we're aiming to use Tesla chargers at this stop, but they were all shown full on the app as we pulled up to the services. and we were struggling to find them anyway. And as we were sort of navigating the car park, we came across the Ionity ones, and one of the ultra rapids was available, so we decided to charge on this one instead, although the tight person in the is not liking the fact that we've got the Tesla membership, so we could have got this for 33 cents a kilowatt hour, and we're probably paying about double that at the moment. But they were all full and we need to get charging sooner rather than later, so we'll be here for about another 5 minutes, and then we'll be on our way. Little update on that Tesla charger that we didn't end up using in the end. There was 12 stalls, and 2 of them were actually faulty. There was about a 5-minute wait apparently, but now we're on our way again. There's 9 available, so they turn around pretty quick, so you wouldn't have been waiting long if you were using them. And in the time we were using the Ionity ones, I think 3 of the cars had left and there was a new one appeared, so even if you do find yourself queuing at the moment, it seems like you're not going to be queuing for long. So we've got 8 chargers available at this, although one's out of order, but plenty of space, only one of the charging, one rocking up to charge. So yeah, no problem here, except for there's absolutely nothing around, the hotel, but no real place to go to the toilet or anything. But onwards soon. We're at a 16 stall Tesla Supercharger on the first charge of the longest travel day for us. We're doing a 500-mile trip from the Burgundy region to, which region would it class as?
Baie de Somme.
Baie de Somme, sort of more north coast. Yeah, so 500 miles. No problem charging here. The main problem we got is that we are travelling on a Sunday, and all of these Tesla Superchargers seem to be like off the route slightly, which is not a problem, but they're at like supermarkets, and France doesn't open supermarkets on a Sunday, so the natural thing would be to stop and charge and use the loos and get a coffee, but we can't do that here. So we're gonna have to like have another little stop to go to the toilet and refresh on drinks and caffeine and stuff, which does slow things down a little bit. But on the upside, there's no queues because there's no cars. So we're at a 28 stall Tesla charger here, and there's a nice American diner as well here, which we didn't end up eating in because we already got packed lunch ready, but it was good that there are some facilities at this one. It's really busy, but there's loads of flow and there's never less than 8 available at any one time, so that's all good. We're back up to 80% and we are on our way again. So we've had our last Supercharger stop for the day. That's the 3 out of 3. It was on the outskirts of Paris. It was a 16 stall charger. There's about 3 or 4 free, so it was quite busy. And I think there's about 5 free by the time we left, so it does turn around. We always turn around quite quick. It was at a Westfield shopping centre, and it was open, so we were able to stop in and use the facilities. And now we've got another 2 hours to our final destination for the day. And the last charge stop of the holiday was at Lakeside, just the other side of the Dartford crossing. 16 stalls, and only 4 of which were in use when we got there. So all in, it was a 2,100 mile journey. So we did 11 rapid charging stops in the 16 nights that we were away, and 8 of them were Tesla Superchargers and 2 of them were Ionity chargers. And we had 1 other rapid charger en route, which I can't remember what the name of the company was, but we used the Electroverse card for that one. So we used the Tesla app, and we also used 2 other roaming cards. We used Charge My Hyundai and the Octopus Energy Electroverse card. We also used quite a few Type 2 sort of slower chargers throughout the holiday. Actually, because it was France, most of them were up to 22 kilowatts, but the car can only take 11. In fact, a lot of the destination chargers were very expensive. Looking at the prices, they ranged from 30 pence a kilowatt, which is quite reasonable, up to 80 pence a kilowatt. But most of them, it was so useful to get the charge, say overnight in a hotel, or while we were like 3 hours at a museum. So it was worth having those so that we could start long days on 100%. So all in, with the Tesla membership included, the $10.99 Tesla membership for the 1 month, all of our charging combined was just over £200, £206 in total. In comparison to last year where we did 2,600 miles, that was £238, I believe. So 206, slightly less distance, but say that the prices have all gone up over the year, I think that's fair. And it's nice not to be tied into a whole 12-month membership when we weren't using most of the membership last year for Ionity. We only used it for 1 month and then we had to pay for the whole of the 11 months. It's nice with Tesla that you only had to pay for 1 month and then we just cancelled it straight away afterwards. It just worked out cheaper that way. But I hear that Ionity is even reducing its membership now from 3-month period minimum to 1 month minimum. So obviously they've cottoned on as well. Overall, the experience of using different networks last year and this year, I think Ionity have a premium because they are always at the service stations, or they seem to always be at service stations in France, and there is a real benefit to that because they're open 24/7. The Sunday issue was a bit annoying when we travelled in France using the Supercharger network on a Sunday. There was rarely anything open, and when you're charging, it's best to be refueling using the services. So I'm not sure whether or not I would travel and use the Superchargers on a Sunday again, but the supercharging was fantastic. There were so many chargers available. We were never queuing. There was always loads available. And the app worked really well. You just plug in, press the button, and it started to charge really quickly. I'd say that I was able to authenticate and charge on the Supercharger network quicker than using the RFID card even on the Ionity. So I think if I was to do a journey like this again next year, I would still use the Supercharger network, I think, except for the lack of facilities on the Sunday. So I think next year we will just make sure that our long travel days are not on a Sunday and use the Tesla Supercharger network. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next video.